Hi everyone, welcome to Numeric Learning. In today's Do Math With Me series, we will be solving some 5 questions from the chapter Real Numbers of Class 10. Please do it with me. Take your notebook, pause the video, take a pen and make sure you spend approximately 20 minutes every day and do problems with me. So eventually over a period of time you would have solved 1000 plus problems and it will definitely make you more prepared for your board exams. So let's get started. The question is, find the smallest number which is divisible by both 644 and 462. So what does it mean? You have to find a number, that is x, which is divisible by 644 and the same number when divided by 462 does not leave a remainder. It divides perfectly. So that number, is it going to be a smaller number or a bigger number? So definitely it's going to be a bigger number, right? And if it is a bigger number, it is going to be LCM. Please do check my previous daily practice series because we have done a similar questions earlier as well. So here the required answer is greater than the given numbers, the given data. The required answer is bigger, and if it is bigger, we have to go for LCM. So find the LCM of 644 and 462. So when you go 644, start with the lowest prime number. Let's do the prime factorization. So 2 3s are 6. 2 2s are 4, again 322. Again go with 2, so 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12 and 2 1s are 2. And then it's divisible by 7. So 7 2s are 14 and then 7 3s are 21. So 23 is a prime number, so we stop our factorization there. Now 462. Start with the lowest prime number, that is 2. So 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 1s are 2. And then go with 3. So 3 7s are 21. Again 7, right? 3 7s are 21. And then 7 into 11. 11 is a prime number, so we stop there. So the prime factorization, what we get is for 644, it is 2 square multiplied by 7 multiplied by 23. And for 462, it is 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 11. Now I am going to make the factors equal. I do not have a 3, so I'll write 3 to the power 0 and also add 11 to the power 0 in the first number. In the second number, I do not have a 23, so I'll add a 23 to the power 0 to the second number. Now for LCM, you will be taking the highest power, right? LCM. So you have to take the highest power of each of the common prime factor. Take the highest power. Right? So LCM, so for first of all, let's do with 2. So what is the highest power of 2 in among both? If this is 2 to the power 1, this is 2 to the power 2. So 2 to the power 2. For 3, what is the highest power? If you see, this is 3 to the power 1 and 3 to the power 0. So the highest is 3 to the power 1. For 7, the highest power is 7. It's common. For 11, it's again 11. And for 23, it is 23. Let's go ahead and solve it. So you have 4 into 3, 12, right? So 12 multiplied by 7, which is 84. 84 multiplied by 11, which is 924. And 924 multiplied by 23. Okay. So let me take some more space and let me do it. 924 multiplied by 23. So 4 3s are 12, 2 1 7, 27 multiplied by 8, 4 18. Okay, so 2 15 5 1 8 9 10 11 12 2 1 11 1. So the answer is 21258. You can also do it and see 21,252. So 21,252 is the smallest number which is divisible by both 644 and 462. there is no number lesser than this that can easily or perfectly get divided by both 644 and 462. So this is the smallest number. Okay, please do not do any, you have to be very careful when you're doing the prime factorization, and then when you're multiplying this, please be very careful. These are basic things that you have to take care of. Make sure you should always have a habit of rechecking your answer. So that was your first problem. Hope you understood. Let's move on to the next. Here, two numbers are in the ratio 4:5 and their HCF is 11. Find their LCM. So let the two numbers be A and B, and the ratio, that is A by B, is nothing but 4/5. This is given. So let the two numbers be one is, let it be 4x and 5x respectively. Okay, so 4x I can write it as 4 multiplied by x, and 5x I can write it as 5 multiplied by x. Let me again, as usual, make the powers equal. Okay, so here I'm gonna write 5 to the power 0, and here I'm gonna write 4 to the power 0, just to make sure I have common prime factors in both. Okay, so now what will be the HCF? So for HCF, you will be taking the lowest power, right? So let me write it here. Take the lowest power. So for 4, what is the lowest power? Here it is 4 to the power 1, and here it is 4 to the power 0. So I'm going to take 4 to the power 0. For 5, 5 to the power 0. And for x, it is just x. So any number to the power 0 is 1. So the answer is x. Okay. And then let's take LCM. For LCM, you have to take the highest power of all the prime factors. Now let's take the highest power of 4. It is 4. Highest power of 5. Here you have 5 to the power 0. Here you have 5 raised to the power 1. So the highest power is 5. And x, it is just x. So 5 4s are 20x, right? So LCM of the two numbers is 20x and HCF is x. You're already given the HCF. HCF is 11, right? You are already given that the HCF is equal to 11. So therefore, x is nothing but your 11. And then you can find out, therefore, you can easily find out the LCM. LCM will be equal to 20 multiplied by x, right? So 20 multiplied by 11. So 11 into 2 is 22, add a 0. So this is your final answer. Okay, so this is your final answer. It's a very, very easy question. Even if you are given LCM and if you are asked HCF, you have to follow the same method. Whatever be the ratio, you have to take the same as your x. Okay, so if it is 2:3, you will take two numbers as 2x and 3x. It's a very, very easy question. As long as you have practiced a similar kind of question, if the numbers are different, you will definitely be able to do it. So please make it a point to do it along with me. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Show that the number 5 multiplied by 11 multiplied by 17 plus 3 into 11 is a composite number. What is a composite number? A composite number is any number that has more than two factors. More than two factors. Okay, so the given number is 5 multiplied by 11 multiplied by 17 plus 3 multiplied by 11. Tell me what is common among these two terms. This is the first one, this is the second one. It's separated by a plus. So what is common here? You can see 11 is common. So let's take 11 common out. So inside the first term will be 5 into 17 plus 3. So 11 multiplied by, what is 5 into 17? It's 85 plus 3. So you'll be getting 11 multiplied by 88. You don't have to find the product. You can write it as the product. That is the answer that you get when you multiply 11 and 88. That product is a factor. Okay. And then 88 is a factor. 88 is one of the factor because 88 multiplied by some number is giving you this. So 88 is a factor. As you check, 11 is a prime number and 11 is also a factor. That means the number is divisible by 11. And by default, 1 is also a factor. So therefore, this number clearly has, minimum 4 factors. So we can write more than 2 factors, right? Clearly has more than 2 factors. Therefore, it is a composite number. Therefore, it is a composite number. Okay. So this is how you have to do. Always make sure you are able to find the common. Which among the two terms you have, which number can you take as common? So if you see here, 11 is common and everything else is fine. You have to just show that it has more than 2 factors, because any number that has more than 2 factors is a composite number, and the number that have exactly 2 factors, that is 1 and itself, is a prime number. Right? So this is very easy question, and you have a similar question in your NCERT exercise 1.1 as well. So do check out. I have completely covered almost all the possible questions, and I will keep updating as soon as I find. So do check out my playlist on real numbers. Okay. You'll be able to find your NCERT exercise problems solved and explained in depth. You'll also be able to find exemplar problems that I have solved, and I have put up the video. So do check it out. Now let's move on to the fourth question. The question is, find the least number which when divided by 12, 16 and 24 leaves a remainder of 7 in each case. The very first thing, whenever you have to find the smallest number that can get divided by 12, 16 and 24, that's the first thing. So how will you find the smallest number, the smallest possible number that can get divided by all the three numbers, that is 12, 16. So you have to find LCM. Okay, LCM of, the first thing that you have to do is find out the LCM of 12, 16 and 24. Let's do the prime factorization. So for 12 is nothing but 4 into 3. So 2 square multiplied by 3. 16 is nothing but 2 to the power 4. And 24 is nothing but 8 3s are 24. So 2 cube into 8 into 3. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a 3 here so that it's equal, and the LCM of the three numbers will be, you have to take the highest power. So 2 to the power 4 multiplied by 3. What is 2 to the power 4? It is 16. 16 multiplied by 3, which is 48. So 48 is the least number which is divisible by all the three, which can get divided by 12, 16 and 24 perfectly. But then what is the question asking? That means they are living. So when this particular 48, okay, there is, what they are asking is, find a number x which when divided by 12, the same number which when divided by 16, and the same number which when divided by 24, all of them, they leave a remainder of 7 in each of the case. So now in order to find this x, right, what should you do? X is nothing but the required number. You have to add a 7 to it. Okay. So what is the LCM? It is 48 plus 7. So the answer is 55. Okay. So 55, if you divide it by, say for example, 12. Okay. So 12 4s are 48. Right. So here if you say, so here you have 15. So you will get a remainder of 7. It's just to cross verify. Okay. So you'll be getting a remainder. If 55 is if 55 divided by 16, you'll also get the remainder of 7. 55 if you divide 55 with 24 also, you'll be getting 7 as the remainder in each case. This is just for your verification. So how should you do this problem? The minute you see, find the least number which when divided which when divided by the three numbers leaves a remainder. So whenever you ask the smallest number that is divisible or that can easily get divided, immediately find out the LCM. Find the LCM. So LCM is nothing but 48 is the number which can perfectly get divided by 12, 16 and 24. But what are they saying? They want you to find that number which when divided by all the three will leave a remainder of 7. So you just have to add a 7 to this least number. So when you add a 7, you get 55. And 55 is that number which if you divide with 12, you will get a 7 as remainder. If you divide it by 16 also, you will get a 7 as remainder, and 24 also the same. So this is your final answer. So remember it, it's a very important question. Okay, so similar pattern of questions are frequently asked, right? So this is your final answer. Now let's move on to the next question. So this is very similar to the second question that we did. Two numbers are in the ratio 2:3 and their LCM is 180. Find their HCF. Very easy. So let the two numbers be A and B. The ratio is given as 2 and 3. So let the two numbers be 2x and 3x respectively. Okay, so 2x you can write it as 2 multiplied by x. 3x I can write it as 3 multiplied by x. I'm going to make the factors common. And then let me calculate what is the LCM and HCF. So LCM is nothing but you have to take the highest power. So 2 highest power of 3 is 3 and x, which is nothing but 3 into 6x. Okay. And HCF, you have to take the lowest power. So 2 to the power 0, 3 to the power 0 and x. So the answer is x. Now what have they given? They have given the LCM is 180. What is the LCM? LCM is equal to 180. This is nothing. This is given in the question. So what is the LCM that you have got? 6x. 6x equal to 180. X is nothing but 180 divided by 6. So 6 3s are 18. X is nothing but 30. And x is your HCF. Right? HCF is x. Therefore, you can write the HCF of the two numbers is nothing but 30. Okay, that's your final answer. So very easy question to do. So we have done two questions of a same type. Okay, the ratio of the two numbers will be given to you. Either LCM will be given or HCF will be given. Based on with any one of the value, you can find the other value. Okay, so these are the questions for today. Please do make sure that you solve these questions. Make a note of these questions because these are the kinds of questions that are mostly asked from chapter 1. If you understood, please leave your feedback in the comments and I'll definitely respond to it. If you have any doubts or if you find any topic which is difficult, please post that in the comments. Looking forward to your feedback and let's continue learning maths every day just for 20 minutes. Happy learning. Thank you.